Welcome. This is an environmental management plan for the proposed Kohler Golf Course on Lake Michigan. This proposal is by Christoph Foreman on March 23, 2018, and it is intended for American Public University Environmental Management class. The Kohler Company proposal is to build a new championship-level public golf course on the shores of Lake Michigan. The intended outcome is to use adaptive management practices to maximize benefit for all stakeholders. Stakeholders for this case are, first and foremost, the Kohler Company, which stands to create a very profitable destination and publicly states that part of their mission is to preserve the environment. So far, the main oppositional group has been the Friends of the Black River Forest. They have been the most vocal opposition and are very concerned with the runoff and habitat loss. Local residents of the city of Sheboygan, Wisconsin, and the town of Wilson, Wisconsin, both have a vested interest in parts of this project, especially water usage, since both of the town and the city are located right next to the proposed golf course. Stakeholders continued. The Wisconsin Department of Natural Resources is in control of the wetlands permitting and is responsible for the Kohler-Andre State Park, which will be affected, as approximately 5 acres of the land would be needed as an easement. United States Army Corps of Engineers also has to approve any changes to the existing wetlands to comply with the U.S. Clean Water Act. 2 other federal agencies are also involved in permitting: the United States Fish and Wildlife Services to comply with the Federal Endangered Species Act and Migratory Bird Treaty Act, and the National Park Service to comply with the Conversion of Land and Water Conservation Fund Act lands. The vision statement is to create a golf facility that creates income for the Kohler Company and the local communities while maintaining the natural beauty, biodiversity, and water quality in the Sheboygan County area. Overarching goal number 1 is simply to have project completion and profitability of the golf course. First objective under that goal is the golf course will be approved by all permitting agencies within 2 years. Second objective is that the golf course will be built within 2 years of obtaining all permitting. Overarching goal number 2 is to maintain the water quality of the Black River and Lake Michigan. There are 2 objectives under there, the first being to maintain nitrate and phosphate levels at the same seasonal levels as they currently are for a period of 10 years after project completion. Objective number 2 is to maintain the same pesticide and herbicide levels for a period of 10 years after project completion as well. Overarching goal number 3 is to maintain the biodiversity within the project area, with objective number 1 being to remove invasive plant species from the golf course area, and objective number 2 being to maintain the number of species in the project area for a period of 10 years after the project completion, with the exception of removing the invasive plants. Here are the references that I use for this project.